Don't you love when I come around? What do you say? Build you up, then I'll take you down. Don't you love when I come around? Build you up, then I'll take. You still over here slapping me. Who would've?
Stories that you got from your childhood that stand out to you?
Something in my childhood that stand out to me?
Yep, like good or bad, just something that you probably never forget.
Probably the time I got raped.
You got raped? Mm-hmm. Before we get into that, what I want to ask you is like, how did that affect you, like psychologically?
Psychologically, I thought I was gay.
He just fresh out of prison, bro. He mixed that shit together.
Yeah, he be fine, you know.
It's baked beans and macaroni mixed together. Hold on, you gotta hit the steak. What's that little sound you made? How you do it? Taya made it. She like he never ate before. Then we off to Tito's.
Tito's for the brick off.
You said Tito's food, bro?
For the brick off. Look. Damn. Tito's for the brick.
Tito's for the frigos.
Let me get back to my food so I can drink some more.
This how you feed them at home, Tay?
Hello everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video. So this is gonna be like a very random one, I'm gonna be honest. This is not what I usually post, but I wanted to really take a look into this character, I guess would be the best way to put it. So Dre Hughes, I think I'm gonna like edit the video and like insert like the screen recordings I took. But yeah, Dre Hughes is that guy who got slapped by his baby mama. Alright, that guy. Like I said, I might insert the full thing. But I don't know if Dre Hughes is like super popular or not, but he keeps popping up on like my For You page, like on Instagram and Facebook. And every time I look at him, I'm like in between feelings. Like part of me feels bad, and then part of me is just like, what entity is that? Because his eyes just look kind of soulless, in my opinion. And like I said, I kind of feel bad saying that because I don't know how to feel about this character. Okay, but we're going to take a look into Dre Hughes because why not? Why not? I just really, some people, you know, some people that I see like on social media, I just really wonder, like, what is their origin story? What's the background behind them? And what entity is really running them and making them operate in such ways? But yeah, like I said, we're gonna look into Dre Hughes. So let's see, let's take a look. What's going on with this guy here? So calling in Dre Hughes. First thing I want to look at is his origin story. So basically his childhood, his upbringing. I think I'm gonna insert that clip as well where he spoke about what happened to him as a child, because that definitely holds a lot of weight into how, you know, adults carry themselves. Yeah. Let's start. What is your childhood and your upbringing like? Yikes. Okay, well, not really yikes. We'll see if it's yikes, but he has a lot that's going very much to one side. So, right off the bat, I don't know if you guys can see it up here, but all the way up here is this little ancestral gem that I have, right? And it's very far from the center, which is his body, per se, right? And also this rose quartz is kind of separated from his body. What I'm getting is there was no speak of true familial connections, like deep family roots. Um, I'm also getting a feeling of a lot of hopelessness. He grew up in an environment that just ran off of hopelessness. There were some people that were very greedy, and they had tools with this key here. Yeah, they're very greedy. He grew up around people who are just very selfish, greedy, don't have a sense of brotherhood, sisterhood connection. It might be loud because I got the heat on, but I'm not gonna turn it off. I'm gonna just try to talk louder because it's cold outside, okay? But yeah, he grew up around people who just hold no value to like connections. I don't know if this was mother, father, cousins, siblings, whoever, but whoever he spent a lot of time around, they could have assisted. They're the type of person, okay, this could be one person, multiple people in his life, but they're the type of person that could have assisted, but they just don't. It's like they holding keys over someone's head. So, like I said, a lot. Let me actually turn it off because it's actually kind of warm. Yeah. Hold on. Just turn it off. Probably gonna start and stop, but whatever. Okay. Anyway, like I was saying, grew up around people who held the keys or could open doors for him, could nurture him, could support him in more ways than they did. So he grew up around a lot of energy vampires. Like I said, a lot of them did fall towards what I would, looking in my direction, would be like the southwest. So the south are like transformational spirits who can help you transform it. Like I said, because he was so disconnected ancestrally and there's no like sense of value, there was no like hope, like I said, for him to draw off of, to like really claw claw out of this nasty situation, claw out of this nasty group. I don't really want to say crab in a barrel because I don't really care for that expression, but you get what I'm saying. So yeah, it's, and you know, you can kind of see that with certain celebrities, right? Or popular people. Like you might say to yourself, why is so and so popular? Like they're trash. They produce nothing but trash content. You know, they are unproductive members of society, right? But for some reason, they have a lot of eyes on them, and that's because it's, the best way I could put it is like they have like a distorted star. It's like they were meant to be seen and to be viewed by a lot of people, but because their star is like distorted, there's like an entity or it could be external entity or self-produced fears that distort how people are supposed to see them, if that makes sense. You know, like, you know, just popular crash outs. Like, why is this person so popular? All they do is crash out. All they do is bring destruction. Some of them actually do have distorted stars. They were meant to be seen. And some of them just draw off of other people's energy. That's a different topic. But with Dre, it's like, yeah, something, well, we know what that kind of was. What robbed his innocence, partially. That was part of the problem. But his innocence and his productivity, I guess, was stolen from him. Because it's like I said, he was around leeches. He was around people who could have helped him in his youth, but are just so disconnected to family that they just like didn't care. So that's what went on in his childhood. That was the basis. Greedy, unsupported people who do not value any sort of close connections unless they're able to leech off of it. Anything else? Let's see what's here. So, is that all of them? Let me see. Am I sitting on one? No, I don't think so. And one more here. I don't even have to flip that one. But the fact that all the Scrabble pieces are like right in the center tells me that as a child, he questioned a lot of things. But maybe his questions were just shut down. Questioned himself, he questioned other people, you know, and I feel like it started off innocent. You know, like kids are curious. They go through that phase where they just ask why, you know? And I feel like because he was around people who didn't know how to nurture a child mind, those questions just were annoying. So he wasn't able to explore that curiosity in a healthy way. So, eating. Okay. So it's like he had to eat his words at some point, is what I'm hearing. Because I'm seeing him eating. Like, for one, internalizing the question. So instead of, asking, okay, what I'm trying to say, like, what this does to a child, right? If they're not able to trust the adults around them to, ask them simple questions and just have them answered, sometimes, depending on the personality type, that child just shuts down and doesn't seek any other resource, i.e. a teacher, good friends, not the shitty ones, just other adults that can actually assist them. Instead of asking those questions, they just sit and just like keep all of those questions in their brain. And that's not good. Because they can never really express what they're thinking. And obviously that's not good, right? So, going back to the childhood, I feel like he wasn't able to question a lot of people. Yeah, I guess. Or have his questions answered. So it created the energy of shutting down and internalizing. I did say eating words, right? Because I saw him eating. I think I'll put that in that video. I'm gonna put that video in there, right? When you saw how he was eating, right? Yeah. He was eating crazy. I'm gonna get back to that because that's a whole different question in itself that I want to look at. But I'm also getting that he had a very poor diet growing up, which could be a result of poverty. But it created deficiencies in him, chemical imbalances in him. So it's like poor diet and poor adult support and supervision has really affected him. Because I'm seeing like a family table. You know, they used to say, oh, I don't, they still say it now, but back in the day, in the commercials, they used to say, a child develops best when they eat at the table or eat dinner at the table. That energy, right? So it's kind of metaphoric, like he wasn't able to eat at a table with family, but it's also kind of literal in a way where he had a poor diet and also poor family support. So it really affected him chemically. All right. So anything else in your childhood origin story? I think I'm gonna leave that there because I don't want this to be too long. But that was really the basis of what I'm seeing here. Yeah, like I said, the spirits of the South are spirits who bring transformation. The spirits of the West are nurturing spirits, and that is what he lacked. He very much lacked that in his childhood, nurturing people and people to help him transform. Instead, they wanted to leech, and it's like, how do you even leech off of a kid? But yeah, well, again, he answered. And there's sick people who leech off of children's innocence and their energy and drain them in that manner. That's how you leech off of a kid, and that's one of the worst ways. I mean, you shouldn't do it anyway, but that's one of the worst ways to do it. So we're going to all right. What time are we working on? I can't see because it's a white background. Okay, 16. What else did I want to ask, man? The baby mama. Child, the baby mama. I'm not going to read too much into her, per se, but I'm going to look at the connection between Dre and the baby mama. I don't even know her name. They said it in the video, I don't remember. But that's what he's known for. He's known for, I'm sorry. He's known for being, because I don't want to laugh, being in an abusive relationship with his baby mama. Right? And as you see in that video, you know, she hit him hard. I did see another video where I guess he got tired of the bullshit and he like choked her out a bit, you know, so he fought back a bit, but yes. Anyway, we're gonna take a look at the connection between Dre and his baby mama. What do I want to ask? What spiritual contracts do they have? What brought them together in this lifetime? Assumingly for our depraved entertainment. Yes. All right, so we have one that went behind the mat. You can't see it, but it rolled off the mat and went behind. What is that? Let me see what it was. I'm not gonna move it. Oh, that's Mr. Plankton. All right, so Plankton. is off the map, and we also have a few others off the map too. Interesting. Plankton, and that's my little greedy guy. You know, my little greedy guy. Why the fuck did he roll off like that? Why you do that? Like I said, this is for our depraved entertainment. Please forgive me if I laugh. But right here, I'm being drawn to this right here. This V is right on top of revenge. Plankton rolled his motherfucking ass all the way back there. And it's like he threw the bones and hit his hands. Plankton threw the bones and hit his hands. So this is giving me that their spiritual contract is some sort of revenge contract. This is giving me some past life. And the fact that it was so widely spread out, you saw how his energy was just concentrated. This is so widely spread out. This gives me like, this is some lifetimes. They spent some lifetimes together and they just can't get it right. And it's like, instead of severing whatever contract, they just decide to keep torturing each other and hiding behind it. So, hold on. Hold on. It's this is literally tit for tat. It's like, I'm so not over that. I'm so not over Plankton rolling all the way behind and hiding, tucked behind my mat. This is some tit for tat. You know how like Plankton is like mischievous in SpongeBob, right? He's kind of mischievous. He's always trying to steal the recipe, the Krabby Patty formula, you know. And then he's so small, it's like he can hide and he could do that. So it's that energy that I'm getting. It's like, this is some extreme, what was the game? Tag, you're it. This is some extreme spiritual tag. It's like one lifetime is her, next lifetime is him, then back, then forward, then back, then forward, then back, then forward. That's the best way I could put it. This is, and like I said, depraved entertainment, right? You see, because tag is a game, a children's game, right? That's how children have fun. But you know, there's always them people who once they get tagged, oh, it's not fair. It's not fair. It's always some reason why it's not fair, even though the rules were the game was played fairly. If that makes sense. There's always that person. So it's like, whoever turn it is in this lifetime, they kind of have, I don't want to say a victim mentality, but it's something just like, I don't know, it's like, you can't save them. This is a contract that they have to end on their own. Yup, 5. Okay, you see the dice here. We got 5 and 5. Both die or dice, whatever, landed on 5. This is some tit for tat. They have to end this shit. So the connection between Dre Hughes and his abusive baby mama is this is some lifetimes of foolishness. They at this point, like I said, they just feel like entertaining us. Okay, so this stone right here says, let go, let God. And that's right by intuition. let go, let God, intuition, right? They know. It's like, you ever look at certain couples, right? And you know they're just not good for each other, right? And you just wonder why they keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and it's just like never ending. It's sometimes it really goes on for a lifetime. They have spiritual contracts and connections that they just refuse to give up. They can sever it because the lifetime of just back and forth, on and off, shows that it can, in fact, be off. But it's a choice to set it back on. You get what I'm saying? So they know, and I'm not talking about them, I'm talking about their spirit bodies, right? Their spirit bodies know that they both could just sever and cut the fuckery and finally put an end to this stupid movie, because like I said, this is entertainment. They could put an end to it, but for some reason they just keep making like sequels and all types of continuations and different parts. It's just like, if y'all want to exhaust y'allself, y'all could. And that's exactly what they do. So they both, like Mr. Plankton said, they both throw rocks and hide their hands. Like I said, I'm not going to get too deep into the baby mama herself because I don't want to do that. I don't want to blend it like that. But that's what the connection is. It's tag, you're it, and they just keep doing that in different lifetimes. You can't see it, but there's two. Let me show you. Right, well, there's one right here. It looks like a little butthole. So two of these just fell off the board here. And like I said, there was 5 and 5. Two of these little assholes. They're both little assholes. If you want to get to the root of their spirit, when it comes to them dealing with each other, they're both little assholes to each other. But for some reason, it's like a game, a never-ending game. That's the best way I could put it. That's the connection between them two. I don't know when they gonna get exhausted, but who knows? Because this is 5. They might have been doing this for 5 lifetimes. I don't know. Hopefully after this one, because 5 to me does speak about communication and like a change. Hopefully after this one, this is the last lifetime of their fuckery, but hey, I don't know. So anything else? Yeah, let's move on. And you got the rose right in the middle. The rose represent rose and rose quartz. Rose represents romantic connection, love, but ain't much of that. Like their love doesn't come from the heart. It comes from like feeling like they're just supposed to be attached. It's like those type of couples, like who else I'm gonna be with? You know, who else I'm gonna talk to when there's so many options, and they both probably cheated on each other. So they know there's options, but it's just that mentality of, well, who else? And well, it's like, okay, if y'all want to sit there and torture yourselves, patty cake. Go ahead, fine. Bake your cake, because they just love eating shit pie. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna just move on because they too much for me together. I could barely take Dre by himself, but together, it's too much. It's too much fuckery. See him here? This is Mr. Plankton. And there was also these this bottle caps here. It's like drunken love energy, but not in a good way. Like drunken idiots. Alrighty. Now, pause this and come back.